Are you live?
Okay, let's see. All right. Well, hello everybody from Ken's Boat, and that's Ken coming down behind me, and we just got the technical stuff figured out 30 seconds ago. And if we're getting a weird image or not the greatest picture, we are bouncing off a hotspot. Ken has Starlink. He hasn't paid to turn it on. So I'm just going straight through YouTube, and I went to a I'm sitting there watching YouTube videos on how to do YouTube live streams. As always, hold on, and it went, okay. Turn the volume down here so we're not feeding back. Oh, okay. You call Steve because you're using. Wait a minute, no, you're using the things going through. So I want to call Steve on the. Steve, call me. That's okay. You know what? I'm going to turn off the YouTube on my phone, and then I'm going to call Steve. And what are you going to call?
Actually, it's working pretty good.
Yes.
Hey, man, this has just been, I don't know where the microphone's at. This has been a comedy of errors.
Uh-oh.
Ken doesn't have Starlink hooked up, so I couldn't use Wi-Fi, so we're using a hotspot. We had no end of trouble. OBS wouldn't work through it. Blah, 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 blah. So if you see me rocking back and forth, that's just the boat. And here, Ken's right here. He's been working all day. Trust me.
I had to cool the boat down enough for Max.
Yeah, that's right. The air conditioning works. And anyway, no, Ken's not cheap. He brought up an interesting point. He doesn't have the Starlink hooked up because like what, $150 a month? And
right. And you got to pay for a whole month. You just can't turn it on and off and only pay for the few hours. You got to pay for the whole month.
And I promised KLS&C that we would give him a shout, let him chime in, because he wanted to talk about the Titanic. And I know Keeler's working on that Titanic model. And
Jim Weisser says, this is so exciting.
Who else was just talking about a model of the Titanic with? Somebody just told me they were going to get the 1 to 400 or 1 to 500 one. But not the big 1 to 200. Hey, Paul. But
he said hi to me.
Ew.
I like your well, it's not a toilet paper holder. It's a paper towel holder, Ken.
Yeah.
Yes. Does that offend you?
No.
Okay.
Does it give you a desire to, make a bounty commercial? Mutiny on the bounty. Mutiny with the bounty. You hit the captain with a roll of paper towels. Oh, mutiny with the bounty. Well, we were not idle today.
No, I've been busy cleaning the boat.
Yeah, and I've been busy building one. And a lot of the glue troopers talked about this, what used to be the Russian spy trawler from Revell, the 1 to 142 scale. Now it's the North Sea fishing trawler.
Don't move stuff quickly.
Don't move stuff quickly.
Yeah.
Going slow is my superpower. But I have the built model over here. It's actually, in fact, I think I'll just turn the camera real good. Oh, what a knockover. Crap. And there's no tops on these bottles, Ken. How can you put open bottles around me? You know what a klutz I am.
Here. Cap it.
Is that my water?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I got somebody's cooties. Now you can't really see it from this distance.
What?
It's over there on the navigator's tab. I'm going to bring it over here.
What?
The model.
Oh, the model. Oh, yeah. You got to put it over here.
You know, Ken, this is a YouTube channel about model building. I know we forget that about 40, 80% of the time, but I don't want anybody to see this.
Brian says you should be drinking rum.
Arrgh!
You got to stop bouncing the table. That's okay. We got what you're showing us. Max should be drinking rum.
Wow, your little thing worked. It pulled too far forward. Okay. All right. By the way, there were a bunch of parts missing from this one. But
Look,
here is.
Turn it around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's one of the parts that was missing. Whoa! Capsize Poseidon!
Oh, the thing.
Oh, the thingy fell off again. Man, this thing's not hard. It's all that paint I got on the bottom. Yeah, this is a rush build, so. Okay. You know what? Just take them off. Well, let's just let it list. It'll look better on camera anyway. But anyway, I pre-painted the hull and a few base colors, but everything else we built today. No. It's, see the way the camera's leaning?
Yeah, that way they can see more of it.
Yeah, but that way they can see the profile, the beautiful profile.
It looks a lot better than anything else.
And of course, a bunch of these are leaning over because we did such a hurried build on all this.
Careful, the focus will may fall apart.
Oh yeah, okay. Godzilla. Well, it has Godzilla witness marks, you know. So
it's been through a storm. We decided that's why some of the parts are missing. It's been through a storm.
But I built this model ship sitting at this table right where I'm sitting right now. So I built a boat on a boat.
He did. I watched him.
And that was the purpose of the exercise. And Ken thought I was going to build it in real time. Here, I was like, they're bored enough as it is.
Did.
Well, given that I just broke something, you're going to get to see me fix it. Oh, crap. I took the glue and stuff back to the car.
I guess we're not fixing it.
Well, it was missing a freaking rudder. I broke a prop off, and it's glued on sideways. God, I really rushed this. But I did paint it.
We found the lifeboat on the floor.
We found the lifeboat on the floor, yes.
Life is imitating art here.
And so I'm giving this to Ken, and he can take it home with the parts that we found, and he can fix it up and take some time with it. But I did build a boat on the boat. That's all I'll show you. And I got to be honest, not a huge fan of this kit. Lousy fits. And even Ken can attest, a lot of the holes, some parts were missing. Oh, and knocked over that weird antenna, too. But it really does have Godzilla witness marks. Hey, but the swing crane works.
Yeah,
Everybody's complaining that this build was not done in real time on a video.
I told you.
You got fine.
I told you.
I'll build one in real time here in the near future.
He didn't think anybody would be interested in watching him build a model, even though we were highly entertained the last time he did that.
Yeah, but last time I'd been drinking, and it was a
It's
snap
the
time.
end result they're waiting for.
Well, I'll build something in real time on a
That's right.
So.
Ship happens.
Ship happens. This kit though, a lot of the railings just did not line up. A lot of alignment holes and pin. I mean, like the dimensions were different. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, also the fact you're missing a whole lot of pieces.
Yeah, but you look at it from this side, you don't really notice so much. You put it 20, 30, 40, 80 feet away, it looks okay.
Well, that big side of the ship missing.
Where did you get this kit?
That was a gift from a glue trooper with a bunch of others. So it's not like I paid anything for it. I mean, and I appreciate it. And I don't know that I didn't lose the parts. When I took the stuff out to repaint it, I may have set some parts aside and not caught it. Because there were about 6 or 7 parts that were missing. Most of them were small. This side of the bridge that was missing is the only really big piece that was missing. And
No, we're not underway. We are in dock.
no, and Ken actually has a berth now. I did put a little bit of an easy line on it, but that was Ken. I don't know if you can see it or not, but Ken and I did that actually to hold all these things in place while they hardened. And it's missing. No, there's anchors only on one side. And but anyway, so
So besides your build, what else were we planning on talking about tonight?
Well, I figure we're on a boat. We talk about boats. Man, that's all I have to say about that. Like that's all I have to say about anything.
It's starting to sound a little bit like what was that guy?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Wait, all this time I was getting this crap all over my fingers. You got a whole bunch of latex gloves right there.
You really shouldn't hit the table. It fuzzes us out. See?
Oh
Every
yeah,
time you hit
yeah,
the table,
yeah, yeah. Every time you hit the
it
table,
goes.
we get the Godzilla trimmer.
Yep.
But I know I just had lunch with Bruce, Mystic Modeler Ships today, and he just said that he's done a couple of magnificent sailing vessel builds lately. And but he was saying, although he straightened out every yard arm, he was saying that Lindbergh ship he just built fought him all the way. And so, you know, sailing vessels, we were talking about this, a model of a sailing vessel, maybe, what?
Garfield says, give the boat to Fran for a rebuild.
I'm giving to Ken. You know how to, you're a modeler, you know how to do that. You can fix it all up, make it look pretty. And I had taken some pictures, but we couldn't get the photos to download. And this laptop does not have an SD card slot. Can you believe that? And then when we ran the cable from the phone, they couldn't see it. So I don't know what the story is. But anywho, but Bruce and I were talking, you know, a model of a sailing vessel with all the sails out and everything all below it is probably one of the most impressive models you can build. And we talked about how there's something about the sailing ships, you know, with the sails out. I think Jack Sparrow said it best. You know, it's, you know, ship's not a rudder and a keel and a sail. That's what a ship needs. What a ship is freedom.
Yes.
And the idea of a sailing vessel, besides being aesthetically pleasing to see those big, beautiful sails billowed out like clouds, the idea that you're riding the wind, you're not dependent on anyone to manufacture fuel for you, or, you know, so.
If anybody is curious.
Did you want to watch it up there just so we can get the. What are you putting up there?
This is my boat in the Bahamas, taken by the previous owner.
Yeah, I don't think it's carrying or transferring very well. But anywho, so
That's the boat we're currently on.
I also noticed that a lot of the boat builders, like Bruce, are getting away from Easy Line. They're using these various different kinds of. Bruce, you can put the name of the stuff in there if you want that you were using. You unthread it. It's 25 yards long, but it's 4 pieces wrapped. So you unthread it, you got like 100 yards of this stuff.
How many minutes until we discuss the Ginger Marianne debate?
There's no debate. It's Marianne.
The cool thing. That's cool.
Gilligan, is that you?
Oh, that's cool. Floating in the air like that. Yeah, the water is so clear down there. It looks like it's floating in midair.
Let's see. I do believe we have a picture of Gilligan. Let's see here.
Gilligan is no. That's not showing up very good.
Yeah, it's not showing up. That's Steve.
Hang on, let me see if I can get this on better.
Yeah, it's just all washing
You
out.
can kind of make it out a little bit.
I wonder if I could download it off
Can
my
you turn the
email.
brightness down? Turn the brightness down.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I can. Somehow.
It's one of these buttons.
Let's see. Yeah, I know where I need to go. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll.
Frank, you missed it. It was already a few minutes ago.
What's he wanting to see?
You wanted to know when the first big gun G mention was going to be.
Oh, we already had it.
There you go. There's the other captain.
Gilligan! Yeah, we talked about how it's got Godzilla witness marks on the bow where the bent up railing is at. And hey. Actually, this would go perfect with a model Godzilla because the first victim in the original Godzilla movie was a Japanese fishing boat.
That's Russian.
And it's whatever, whoever is it. So the Japanese bots got some leftover Russian boats. Fishing trawler is a fishing trawler is a fishing trawler. You know?
Yeah,
And that it would scale out about right.
140, what was it, 146?
And the Godzilla is 1 to 144. The Polar Lights Godzilla is 1 to 144. This is 1 to 142.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it'd be real easy to cover the damage. You just put all the flame and everything come out of the side and start melting. Put some little melted Japanese skeletons on the deck.
So who had Godzilla at
Ken, I did that like 10 seconds in.
13 minutes?
That's actually not a bad idea, and that way I could cover up all the blemishes with damage.
Sure.
Did you want to take this home and fix it up and make it pretty?
No.
Then I have plans for you.
Much better at your place.
Well, I've got him.
Sport says, I thought I would pop in before dinner, but looking at a boat model on a boat model was like a real life Russian doll.
And the boat has a boat. It's in the box because we just found it. But
Yes.
I'll have to okay. I've got that other Polar Lights Godzilla, right? And I was going to cut it in half and make Monica was making the doll for the lower half to make Hirano Nakajima model, the guy who played Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
So that had to cut the suit in half and everything. So I was going to do that. Then I can use the other half and put it with this and melt this up, and maybe at the boat having some little Japanese sailor rowing for all he's worth or something, and I can make a diorama that way. That would work. I could cover up all the blemishes with damage and catch it on fire and maybe put some LEDs in it so it glows green or something.
Whatever floats your boat, Max.
That
Couldn't let that one go.
Oh yeah, I just got that. Sorry, I was in my own head again, which is a really weird place to be sometimes.
Stop hitting the table. You fuzz us out.
I'm sorry, but you know what?
You can't move the table.
I forgot
Except when you bang on it.
Watch this. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. Remember, in model building, all roads lead to Godzilla. Hey, you can use the smashed up prop. Maybe I'll put it in his hand.
Or put it in his teeth, like a corn on the cob,
Okay, here's your trivia question. Although they didn't use it in the movie. When Godzilla made his big reveal in the original movie, what was he originally going to have in his mouth?
No idea.
Steve?
You there, Steve?
Palm tree?
Actually, it was going to be a cow.
Oh.
But they a cigar.
kind of invaders from Mars-ish.
Well, what they figured is when they said that even though obviously his scale kept changing in the movie a little bit, they said that the cow, to be big enough, it has to be way oversized. It wouldn't scale. At his size, a cow would look like a tiny little thing. It wouldn't have any. So they didn't go with it. But originally he was going to have a cow in his mouth, and it was supposed to show sense of size, but they realized that wasn't going to work. And I was like, well, why not the tail of a blue whale or something?
So Godzilla was having a cow?
Well, he was eating one. So yes, he was having a cow. And
I was just curious. Can they hear you, Steve?
I can hear you. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I was just
and Trey's complaining that Florida's full.
Yeah, I'm watching this thing about everybody talking about people from New York are moving to Florida.
Well, actually,
stay away as long as you leave your politics. So this is like, okay.
Well,
sounds like a Kilmandami, stream.
There has been a dip in housing prices here, and people are speculation buying, thinking, there's going to be, like, nah, there's not. Those move white planes. But they are talking about starting an exchange. If one of them wants to move down, another one has to go back, something like that.
Like a hostage situation.
There you go. We'll exchange one for one.
Catalina 27. That's a nice boat. They're fun to sail.
Who made this one?
Catalina.
Oh, this is a Catalina. It's just, I know there are hundreds of different kinds of sailboats, maybe thousands. So it's impractical, but there really aren't that very many models of just regular sailboats. So a few like the Blue Nose schooner, and of course, obviously the square rigs. But you can't find very many kit models of just regular sailboats, and a lot of them are wood.
Very. Yeah, oh yeah, I've actually ran into a guy at the Annapolis Boat Show that makes models of boats that are wow, just absolutely
Museum quality.
yeah, like museum quality, amazing stuff.
I was in the by the way, a bunch of glue troopers were asking about Ian and Hurricane Hobbies. I just saw him the other day. He's fine. Ian and Emily are in what do you call it? A pre-engagement counseling. They're getting ready to get engaged, so everything's going good. And with Ian and Emily and Hurricane Hobby World. So and he thanks everybody that asked. I had quite a few inquiries about that. Wow, that is a great model.
Look at that thing.
Show them. I'll probably have to put these pictures on a video in a couple of days where you can see them properly. But
I have to dim mine down too. Hang on a second. Let me dim it down so you can see it better. I mean, this guy did incredibly good work. Where'd you go to settings?
mm-hmm. And then look for your display, and then just run the slider down. Actually, you can also like you can do dark too. You can select dark up here, and you run the slide. You ran the slider down. So there you go. So anyway, but I don't think there's a big market for kit plastic styrene model sailboats, which is why nobody does it, because it seems like in general, these companies have a pretty good idea what people want. Hanasan was telling me that when Tamiya decides what boat they want to build or model they want to build, a lot of it just comes from talking to model builders and asking them what they want to buy. And those are all handmade, one of a kind, and very expensive, I'd imagine.
He spent a year working on one of them.
I saw the guy who did the Felix stove for the book on building the Wingnut Wings model spent 2 years building his. And then I go online, I see these beautiful builds of the Felix stove, and I'm like, you guys did this just to make me feel inadequate.
Okay, this one's really impressive. Look at that thing.
Yeah, this is a model of a handmade, one-of-a-kind sailboat model.
Modeled after the real sailboat.
From the owner's actual boat, made to spec. I imagine he uses the actual engineering drawing, so that's not something you're going to eyeball like that. Let's see. I used to think photographing TV was bad. It is bad. A model of a Yamaha 40. There you go. Leaving Florida to the high Ross, the flood, wind damage, insurance, conduct. That's what you get for carrying insurance. I'm a gambler, man. Come and get me, Mother Nature.
Yeah, right. You're a gambler? I don't think so. Not with Monica.
Yeah, she's not about to let me know about that. Yeah, they got,
What, Steve?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought that was you. You thinking it's time for a keel haul?
No. A keel cleaning. We need to clean the boat and clean the heel.
Yeah. Anybody know what a keel haul is?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you know, Steve?
Yep.
Okay, Steve, what is it?
It's when they tie you up and throw you off the boat and then just
Drag you under the keel.
drag you under the boat.
Well, what they do is they put a line around both sides, and they tie one line onto your arm and the other onto your leg, and then they pull you down across the keel through all the barnacles and stuff like that.
And if you come up the other side alive, your penalty's been paid. And it was like Mutiny on the Bounty where the sharks get you. Oh, well.
Something like that. Not on a boat, it's a galley, not a kitchen, correct?
It's a galley, right? That's the galley right behind
The
us.
galley is right behind us.
I wonder if they can see your red light district.
What do you mean?
The red light district behind the door.
Go ahead, go show it to them.
Let's see if
I'll
they
point the camera at it. Okay.
I need to get one of these and my bathroom so I can leave this light turned on when I've been, so Monica's forewarned. Didn't hit the invisible wall. Max is in the lavatory.
Let's say you don't lose your night vision. It's not a warning.
But in my house, it would be.
Your house would be a warning.
So, anyway.
John wants to know, does Ken live on his boat like Quincy?
No,
Not yet.
he wants to.
When I retire, well, actually plan on moving onto the boat before I retire. I'm hoping that I can work from the boat for several months. The unknown factor is my wife. She is very much out on the subject. She has not decided. She kind of wants to, but she says the boat's so small. I said, you don't live in the boat. You sleep in the boat. You might eat in the boat. You go to the red light bathroom in the boat, but you tend to live outside the boat, where the outdoors, and you go swimming, you go visiting, you go on shore, you tour, stuff like that, and then you come back to the boat and you go to sleep. So
I just had a thought.
uh-oh.
If I use this ship,
Oh, wait, Max. You're changing the subject. We're talking,
that's what we do here. Have you never been on one of these live streams? Okay, finish your thought.
No.
No, I was just thinking, if I do what I was talking about with the Godzilla and did it, I could paint the ship and the Godzilla and the water in black and white.
What has that got to do with the question I was asking?
Absolutely nothing.
That is true.
It was just a random thought. Neuron got loose. Fired a thought. Hit a synapse. Bounced around like a pinball. And now, for some reason, I'm thinking about Mercury. But I don't know if it's the planet or the liquid metal.
Or the engine.
Maybe I had a little too much of it as a kid.
Or the engine.
Who remembers Evinrude?
Wasn't that the dragonfly in that movie?
Evinrude? That was a boat motor.
They made motors.
Outboard motors.
Yeah, I know that outboard motors, but there was a movie. Oh, it was a Disney movie animated where Zsa Zsa Gabor was in it. That's right. And she was talking about Evinrude, and
Mrs. Douglas?
he was a dragonfly, and he moved their miniature little boat around. She called him Evinrude.
Oh, because he was a boat motor. Okay. Was that the Aristocats? Because that was the one where Zsa Zsa Gabor voiced the cat. When I was a kid, I didn't realize the proper word was aristocrat. I used to call fancy people Aristocats. I think when somebody said so-and-so was a European aristocrat, I go, wow, that's funny. That's just like Aristocat. The movie came out when I was like 5, okay?
I thought I had a sheltered life.
Oh.
Yes, it is water. I gave it to him. I'll guarantee you it's water.
Wow. Not even Zephyr Hills. Just great value.
Straight from Walmart.
Straight from Walmart.
Nothing's too good for you, man.
Right out of the Flint River, the Cuyahoga. How do you light a river on fire without Godzilla?
Oh, in Pennsylvania, they did it.
I know the Cuyahoga. That's what's.
Let
That
me
was the
know
joke.
if Max's gets thrown overboard so we can put out the tsunami warning.
That's actually fair.
The Rescuers, yes, that's the name of the movie.
Oh,
Thanks.
wait a minute. Okay,
Thank you,
so she
Kuda.
was in 2 of them.
Thank
then.
you, Kudakill. Appreciate that.
Okay, so I was thinking she was in the Aristocats, but this was a different movie though.
Yes.
That's right. She did do a couple of them. By the way, no joke. I wore the red shirt just in case I went overboard. I figured if it's dark outside, I'd want to do this outside, but it's black, so it's nighttime. So, and I was like, if I go in the water, I want them to be able to see me. I don't want somebody to run me over and think I'm a bloody manatee.
I should get you this T-shirt that I saw online the other day. It'd be perfect for you. It says, "Rule number 1: stay in the boat."
Yeah. But the So you were talking earlier about something that I completely drove you off of. What was it?
Talking about living on the boat.
Oh, living on the boat.
Yeah.
Come to the dark side.
That's what I would like to do. Like I said, my wife's she's not really sold on the idea yet, but I think she'll come
Wonder
around.
why.
Well, when we start going places, because she likes to travel. She's a little bit of an adventurer, and she likes to go places. We just have to see if she likes going places on the boat. Hopefully that'll work out, because that's what I want to do for my retirement. And my retirement doesn't afford me to be able to even live in my own home. I'd have to sell it.
Yeah.
I can afford to live on the boat, but I can't afford to live in my home. I definitely can't have both. There's another T-shirt I saw the other day I thought was really good. It said, "Oh, so you want to be wealthy and own a boat? Sorry, you can't do both."
I was going
at
to
the same
say,
time.
that's like saying, when I grow up, I want to be a pilot. Son, you can't do both.
Max just stole my thunder.
Sorry, I didn't know that was where you were going with that.
Oh, that was good.
It was. But Chef was right. Never get off. Yeah, never. It's apocalypse now. Never get off the boat.
Okay, yeah. That's why they started. I can't hardly see it. Started painting fire truck zinc chromate. Red is still preferred due to tradition. How my life, and the other one says, "How my life preservers are on the boat, asking for a friend." Oh, how many? Oh,
You got like 12 of the things, don't you?
there was several on the boat that I didn't know about when I got the boat, and I bought 6 more. So there's at least 8, maybe 10 life preservers on board.
You start talking about life preservers, I'm like, I know this thing leaks on the top. It better not be leaking on the bottom.
Well, it leaks very, very slightly around the propeller shaft because that's what lubricates
Yeah.
the bushing. Actually, it's a stuffing box.
Is your propeller feathered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. What do they call that?
Feathering.
No, it's not. It's not just feathering. There's a term for it. It's a folding prop. That's what it is. It's a folding prop, so that when we're sailing, the prop folds up so that it doesn't create any drag. Makes a big difference. The pumps working? Yes, the pumps are working. Definitely. They're right underneath max.
Even though we're at the dock, if I feel a hard thump on the side of this boat like a great white looking for snacks, I am out of here.
Yeah, good luck seeing you get out of this boat real quick.
I tell you what, watching me getting out of this boat is it's Jerry Lewis style slapstick comedy.
He's like kind of like Uncle Joe. He ain't moving.
Uncle Joe at the junction.
Moving kind of slow on board. Yes. What else we got? I watched too many brick and mortar to go on a boat again.
Brick and mortar.
In mortar. Okay, I'm not sure about that one. Remember, Ken, the code is now SOS, not
CQD.
CQD. Yes. CQD was originally the official code, but it was difficult to send. SOS was much easier. What about the disaster channel? That's not what we're doing here, people. Comment on the UPS tragedy, please, Max. They want to know what you think about that airplane crash.
From what I'm taking my cues from Juan Brown Blanco Lirio, because God bless him, he did not when he reported when it happened, but he's very particular about not, saying what he thinks happened until some evidence comes in. There's a couple other YouTubers out there who are airline pilots that I do not like. They shoot their mouth off as soon as something happens with their uninformed. They say, "Well, I'm not sure about it," but they give these seemingly informed opinions. And a lot of times they are, like the one in India, they are flat dead wrong. Okay. But I think Juan was right. It looks like the number 1 engine had an uncontained explosion. And It happened. It happened 37 seconds into the takeoff roll, and they actually have shown a simulation of it. That is 2 seconds after the V1 call. There was no runway left to stop. They had to go.
Yeah, they're going.
Not only because of procedure beyond V1, you rotate but fly, but because there was less than 2,000 feet of runway. That MD-11, with enough fuel to make Hawaii out of Louisville, wasn't getting stopped in the remaining runway. And when they, it appears that enough gas and very possibly FOD came out of the number 1 engine that it caused the number 2 engine to compressor stall. And you can lose anything from, well, you can lose all your thrust depending on how bad it is. But the airplane would have flown on 2 normally functioning engines, but 1.5 or 1 engine, not a prayer.
Of course, that big fireball on the left wing.
And it took the engine and the pylon. Okay.
Yeah.
And you had everybody going, oh, United Chicago. And I was like, that they know what happened there and they fixed what happened there. And I was my initial because the slats were still out. And as a result, I was like, nope, that's not Chicago because the slats are still down, which they're supposed to be, which is why they were able to maintain wings level. For those who are not familiar with the Chicago incident I'm talking about, a DC-10 took off, American Airlines DC-10 took off out of Chicago. An engine that had been damaged, the engine mount had been damaged by maintenance when they were working on it or removing it and putting it back up. And they said they heard a pistol crack, like a shot. And they're like, what was that? And then they should have pulled that engine and inspected it and found it. They didn't. One of the bolts had broken. It worked itself. It came off. It went over the top of the wing.
Yes, I remember that.
It ripped out all the plumbing for the slats on the left side on the port side, so the slats retracted, which meant the left wing was smaller than the right wing. Now the crew did what they were told to do in case of an engine failure. Okay, when they say loss of an engine, they usually mean an engine failure, not the actual physical loss of the engine. But that has happened a couple times.
Yep.
And everything was actually under control for a while. Okay, they got the airplane, they got it going in a straight line. Climb, but their protocol, not anticipating the slats would have retracted, told them that once they got to a certain speed to pick the nose up. And when they did, of course, the speed to pitch for the best climb speed. When they did, because the slats are down on one side and not on the other, the left wing stalled, the plane rolled over. Okay, there was no getting it back. They did exactly what they were trained to do.
Right, but
okay.
You don't.
No one anticipates something
losing the whole engine
and a massive wing asymmetry. Okay.
Yes.
And although there was a thing that showed the slats were retracted, it was up in the overhead above the captain's head, and I guarantee he was too busy in the moment just trying to keep the plane going. I wonder if the slats one came up, but this one in UPS is even worse. Those guys, they are on a moral thing they could have done, and then they go down and what would a petroleum recycling factory.
Talk about adding food
oh
to the fire.
God! The airplane I think was 34 years old, and I think you may be right. The Fed's probably going to have them start pulling engines and doing these things, but they got to find out what happened. And my guess is a turbine blade let go, but that's just a guess.
Trey said the DC-10 had the first cabin camera, so the passengers could see it. They removed cameras after that.
Yeah. Well, I was actually, do you guys remember when it was before I got there, around 2003, when the JetBlue Airbus had the landing nose gear that was stuck sideways?
Yeah, I just saw a video of that landing.
Right, and they flew around. Well, everybody on board, they had the TVs, and everybody was watching the news. But they cut the TVs off before they did the final approach. I want you focusing on getting off the airplane if we have to, not watching TV.
Watch it for yourself.
Yeah. And the scariest thing that happened with an onboard TV with me was a few years ago. I was actually deadheading. We took off out of Fort Lauderdale, and I am not joking, Ken. I've already told you this. As the wheels came up in the wells, the TV news goes, mass shooter at Fort Lauderdale Airport, and I'm like, huh?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We
I
had-
remember with that airport.
I think
yeah.
one airplane took off behind us before they closed the airport, or we may have been the last one.
Oh,
But I
wow.
think somebody took off on the other side right behind us. And I'm literally craning my head to look out the window as the terminal building's going by. What the?
I remember that watching TV, watching people walking miles to get out of the terminal. across the
Now that
tarmac.
I'm retired and I'm seeing the crap in the Potomac, and I'm seeing this thing with EPS, and now the controller shortage and the canceling of flights. Oh, am I so glad I retired early?
Okay.
Jeez.
Want to call the NTSB spokesman and tell them that an MD-11 is not an MD-2, or an MD-11 is not an MD-2.
By the way, do you know there is such a thing as an MD-10?
No, I didn't.
I believe it was FedEx had some old DC-10s, and they brought them up, except they didn't extend the fuselage, but they brought the engines and avionics up to the MD-11 standard, so they were designated an MD-10.
Huh.
I don't know if that ever caught on, but anyway, you had to be able to differentiate them from a standard one. I don't think those things are much after this accident. I think they'll be leaving the fleet pretty soon. And these are a lot of, the 10 got that spotty reputation early on because of all the, the crashes, those doors blowing open and stuff.
And the letting go of the turbine
Mhm.
hub in the number 2 engine.
Number 2, yeah. But that was the fault of the airframe. That was the engine.
Right.
Same,
But a lot of people look at it as the airplane.
The one in Chicago that rolled over was United or American. I said it was American. It might have been United. But the point is, it was their maintenance. The people had. I've heard a couple of different versions of what happened, but I know they broke one of the engine mounts. And as I understand it, they had developed a system. It took like 8 hours to remove the engine, but they learned that if they removed the pylon and the engine as a unit, it only took like 2 hours. That was not recommended by the manufacturer, but I mean, they're an airline with an engineering department, and the FAA gives a lot of latitude. And so they would pull the entire engine off with the pylon on it, because it was a lot quicker than trying to pull the engine off the pylon.
Right.
Fine. But I think they were mounting it and they pushed it up too far. And that's when it broke one of the, and
And there's only 4 bolts holding it.
3.
Oh, I thought there's 4.
I think it's 3. 2 on top and 1 on bottom was the bottom one that shot, and eventually it broke all the way through wherever she went. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. It's been so long since go out and watch the Mayday crash investigation.
I do remember it going back up over the wing.
Yeah, and went over the top of the wing, which no one expected, and it was ripping out all the plumbing, which caused the slats to come in. Because if they had just fallen off, they'd have gone come in and landed. There was a Piedmont or US Air 737. I think it was a 200. Took off, and the engine just fell off, and the guys brought it back and landed it, and it fell off clean. But Jay Leno got that. He goes, he one of the best one-liners he ever had. So I heard, US Air Piedmont had an engine, lost an engine. What'd they do? Put a baggage tag on it? Steve, are you still here?
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Why are you being so quiet?
Yeah, it's not like you. Okay.
I'm just listening to the experts.
Where? You must be on a different channel.
I am.
But
Is
yeah.
somebody else on this boat we don't know about?
So anyway, you remember the Cali crash, American down in Colombia? 7.5.
Maybe we should talk about a different subject other than airline crashes.
Yeah, you're probably
There's
right.
a modeling channel, remember?
Yeah. Well, it was
Let's
getting
talk
to my then girlfriend. I had my 40th birthday, and she got me a cake with an airplane stuck in the side of the hill. It was a cake with an airplane stuck that said almost over the hill. And she goes, we weren't sure whether the White House. I still think it's funny, but talk about timing.
Let's talk about the Titanic since we're on a boat.
Right. That was what I actually was talking about. And I promised KSL and C that I would phone him in because he wanted to talk about that. And I don't think I have his number. So if he wants to email it to me, I'll give him a call real quick if he's on with us. But I think I might have. Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. Is this it? I don't know if it's got his number in it or not. Because we're doing all this. Here. Oh, no, there's his number. Okay, Bill. Let's kind of. Because I can't remember 9 digits.
This boat set up. Wait a minute. He's moving too fast. The boat setup is kind of like Wayne's World with old guys.
29637.
Max and Ken on a boat on the
On the
anniversary of
of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I think that's what he wanted to talk about. Hold on.
Did
Which,
not
by
know
the way,
that.
does not have a decent styrene. That has no styrene model of it. 29. Oops. 296.
Yeah, the wheel of fortune, and a freaking plane lands on your house.
Yeah, really. I mean,
Some people are just supposed to die, I guess.
370.
Nathan, this is
370.
not been a good year for flying in the excited states. Party on, Garth.
Oh man,
What are you doing?
I'm trying to call Bill. I promised him we'd give him a shot, and every time I put his number, I hit the 29637.
Focus, Max.
Lord, I am turning into such a geezer.
Glad I retired from trucking. This
Okay.
is totally Wayne's World.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Did I dial it wrong? 29637. Bill, they're not. Let's try it again.
Have Bill call in. Can you do that?
Yeah, you know what?
With Max's fat fingers, it's probably the best if Bill called in.
So Monica just chimed in and said, that ex-girlfriend story is very funny. Tell me more. You might be sleeping on the boat tonight.
No, it was before I met you, baby. But you did meet her. She's never mind. I better not tell that story.
No.
Just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, yes. Nathan says they were using a forklift to remove the engine and
That-
replace it.
That's what I heard. That it was a forklift, and
That's a precision instrument for removing the bottom.
yeah. I tell you what, man.
Oh, snap, busted. Go up on deck with a bullhorn. Is Max still building a boat? No, he kind of finished it.
This is Godzilla food,
It's right here. He's going to use it as Godzilla food.
and it's the right scale. It didn't even think about that before. It's the right kind of boat. It's the right scale, and I've got another Polar Lights Godzilla. I got to put that on the list. That's good. My God, I got 14, 15 kits in my get started on pile. I'm falling behind production quota.
And you don't have a job.
I feel Abbott and Costello in the movie is tonight's theme.
In the Navy? Something like that. We're actually watching the boat when Max showed up. Or actually, we watched it just after he showed up, I should say. He got here just a few seconds before us. But the boat was really dirty, and it needed a bath bad.
Monica says she's not sure she has the power to make it behave. I don't think so.
And trust me, if anybody has the power to make me behave, it's her. 296.
Yep. Anybody can do it, it'll be her. And I got to get this hair fixed. I need to get my hair cut. I used to have a hat that said
Your
boat
call
hair.
cannot be completed as dialed.
Bill, I'm calling your number. It's not. That's KLS&C. I'm calling his number. It's not going through. If you're up, I emailed you the number to call this phone.
I used to have a hat that said boat hair don't care.
Got hair, don't care.
And Frank wants to know if you had to feed maps on the boat.
Yeah, they did. They gave
Yeah,
me
we had dinner.
some Chinese vegetables, rice, and chicken.
Yeah, sweet and sour chicken. It's very good. My wife Rui made a nice meal for us.
And And I had lunch with Bruce. Had a wedge, half a wedge salad, and kind of similar chicken, but mine was garlic chicken. But
Tom Fox says somehow this episode of The Deadliest Catch is somewhat different.
No crabs involved.
Oh, tell him what you said about feeding me. Go ahead, tell him. Tell him, wise guy. Tell him
About feeding you?
about food left over.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mr. Smarty Pants.
Debbie, I picked out the sweet sour chicken. I said, hey, how about this? Debbie looked at it and she says, I don't know, that's a lot of food. And I said, with Max here, there won't be anything left over.
But there was. Because I'm
There
being
was.
good.
He was very good. He left three pieces, 4 pieces.
Well, I don't know, Ken. I wasn't counting the survivors. So anyway, getting back to models. Yeah, what Bill wanted to talk about was, like say it's the anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald going down, and although Atlantis had that little wooden kit, no one's ever made a model. In fact, I'm not even sure there's any models of lake freighters and styrene, and I think it's a pretty interesting topic. And the Edmund Fitzgerald's so famous that
It's a resin kit of it.
yeah, but resin is a niche. I think if somebody, man, that's what I should have told Hanasan when I had his ear for a few minutes, like half an hour. An Edmund Fitzgerald, about, I don't know, 1 to 400 scale. That would because a ship like the Titanic has an it has a mythic status, and it wouldn't be that hard of a kit to make. I mean, it's pretty much a straightforward ship. It had that unusual lake freighter design with the forward island on it, but which I guess they did that because they had to go through the locks all the time. It was easier to navigate from the bow than the stern. Although a lot of the lake freighters now have gotten away from them. They're up there pretty conventional, but Christ, everything's GPS run now. So
Monica just posted her title. It is She Who Must Be Obeyed.
you damn Skippy. Got that from Rumpole to the Bailey. Hildy, she who must be obeyed.
Iron Shipwright says,
Oh, wait a minute. She may be talking about honey. Bill, KLS&C, I sent you the number to call. I tried calling you twice, and it says that, you know what? Hold on. Maybe I need to do it this way. I think I know what I did wrong. God, just about got his number memorized by now.
It says, Max, I'm here.
You know what? I think I had to hit that button first.
Really? I've seen one in HO scale and a train layout. Must have been enormous.
Now, what just happened?
I have only ever built a single resin kit, a figure given to me by a friend, and have no plans to build anymore.
Yeah.
You have to go to the ship to shore operator, Max.
Okay, that's the number. I said add the call. I'm hitting the button to dial.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Okay. For some reason, KLS&C, it's not going through. That's my 4th attempt. But I emailed you this phone number, so you should be able to call it. But Kenny the Catamaran, you want the one next to us?
Hoppy.
Catamaran?
I briefly considered a catamaran. The problem with the catamaran, there's trade-offs, just like there is in any boat. Catamarans are faster off the wind, far faster, because they don't have that great big huge lead keel underneath.
There he is.
They're more stable in the water because they don't heel over as much, but they also have some other limitations.
All right.
They're
Bill,
also
John, you with us?
Yeah, I'm just reading the sound from the computer so that we don't get confused here.
Yep. So you wanted to talk about a kit of the Fitzgerald.
they're also a lot more expensive. Okay.
Well, it's more the fact that there have been a few kits in resin that are sort of to some scale of some ship, but no one's made a plastic model of the Fitzgerald. And she was over 700 foot long. I think 728, if my memory's right. And but this November 10th will be the 50th anniversary. You've had Gordon Lightfoot make the song about Fitzgerald, but yet from the model community, there's no plastic model.
Yeah, the one of the, I mean, if it hadn't been for Gordon Lightfoot's song, I don't think the ship would have ever been immortalized like it is. I think it's the largest lake freighter ever lost, and it was one of the largest there ever was, for that matter. And
a cardstock model is available.
A cardstock and block wood, but we're talking, I mean, there should be, a 1 to 400 or whatever styrene kit of it, because I think it was, and in fact, you're right down to it. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think any I don't know if there's any lake freighter kit. I think I found one lake freighter kit from like the late 1800s of, would have been maybe a 300 footer or something. But
Steve, your Atlantis buddies might make one.
They made a wooden one.
They planned on doing it, but it just never happened.
Well, I think it's a shame. It would have been the one thing. The one thing that I would encourage, and I know some companies do this, if they're going to make it, they need to make it a one-piece hull or a top and bottom two-piece hull. I really don't care for split hulls. They're a pain in the ass to line up and everything. I know you're injecting a large piece, but God, it just makes the model build so much easier. That Arizona I've got, that by having the bottom hull separate and already red, it made it so much easier to paint it and mask it and everything. It's just
that Blue Devil model had a one-piece hull.
Yeah. And most of the Tamiya kits do.
May I give my theory on sinking Fitzgerald?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can
You need to speak up a little bit.
Okay, I'll get the phone a little closer. Am I 5x5 now, Chief?
Yeah, I think it'll. Where's the microphone on this thing?
It's probably up in here somewhere.
Okay, so go ahead. Go ahead, Bill.
Well, there's a lot that ain't known, but my theory is on her southbound leg heading towards the Sioux, she did briefly touch on that 6-fathom shoal.
Yeah, that's what the captain of the Arthur Anderson thinks. He thinks she was taking water from underneath.
Yeah, well, you have to understand the Fitz, the Anderson, and about every ore boat has quite a double hull due to the water ballast system for when they're traveling empty, to keep them from being just bobbing way high in the water and not having any the hull underwater, really.
For those who don't know what Bill's talking about, he talks about the Sioux. He's talking about the St. Sue Marie locks, and which the ships, or their size is constrained by the size of the locks, and they have locks just like the Panama Canal. There are a lot of good theories, but I know that a lot of the sailors tend to favor that theory because sadly that was Captain McSorley's retirement sail.
Yeah, but the damage that was done wasn't enough to sink her, because Captain McSorley, his last radio command or his last radio communication with Captain Cooper of the Anderson was we have things under control.
Yeah, he said we're holding our own. Yeah, but I think what happened, you've got under a while, but I think I'm only guessing because I don't know how much. But if it's possible that given how long those ships are and how bad that weather was, that if he was taking on water, it could have fractured the frame.
Well,
I mean, it's in two pieces on the bottom, but they don't know when it split up on the surface or after it went down.
Well, I think that happened in the process of sinking, because any lake freighter captain, if they had any inkling their ship was in real trouble, they would have been on the radio requesting help, pointing that ship towards the nearest land, whatever it took to try to save the ship and the crew.
Well,
And McSorley took none of those actions.
This is just a belief. I have nothing to base this on. Is that if they had been in good weather, I don't think it would have gone down. But the way that ship was getting tossed around, and if it was, and it may not even the fact that it was taking on water, it could have been the damage to the frame if it did hit 6 Fathom Reef. The damage of the frame, just like in an airplane. You see these movies or you see this footage where the wing will come off of an airplane in combat or something, and you go, wait a minute, a 20 millimeter or 50 caliber can't do that much damage. No, but if it starts punching enough holes in it, Mother Nature, the imposed load on the airplane, the pressure differential between the outside skin and the inside skin will tear the wing off for you. So it's possible that he hit 6 Fathom Shoal and it did enough damage that Mother Nature took over. And my guess is, as heavy as that ship was and as foul as that weather was, when it happened quick. And most likely the pilot house, which is on the bow of the ship, was underwater before anybody could react.
Well, if she had broken up on the surface, she would have sagged in the middle, and that would have left the pilot house actually higher out of the water. And with batteries to the radio, which is a lesson learned in some previous shipwrecks, they would have been able to communicate something before the ship sank.
Well, that would make the assumption that the people were even still on their feet if it was something that violent. Whatever happened, it happened fast. And I know McSorley never had that radio phone out of arm's reach, so that's why everybody's convinced whether it could have been the bow went down and just drove, the propeller screws drove it down. Nobody knows. We'll never know. But I guess it's kind of a moot point. But it is an interesting exercise in engineering to wonder about it.
The one thing I learned that few people talk about was hatch covers are rated for about 15 foot of water on top of them.
Yeah, I don't think the hatches caved in. Although there have been ships that lost hatches, and so it's not that it's never happened. But I don't think they've lost the steel ones. I think they lost the old canvas ones. I don't really know.
Captain Anderson was almost taken down by 3 waves about a half hour before the fit sank, and he did some calculations, and he figured that it was about that 30 minutes was about the time it took to reach the Fitzgerald, and with her being down by the bow and on the west, those waves hit. They could have been enough to break the hatches, and in the pictures that I've seen, there are some hatches that are off, hatch covers that are off on the bow. And all it would have taken was one of those hatch covers to fail under the water, and you'd have water going in right now, and that would have immediately put the bow in a situation that once it goes into the next trough, it's just not going to come up with the next wave.
Yeah.
It's gonna, down she goes.
Yep.
One of the books I read about it, that was the theory they had, was that one of the front hatches came open and it got filled with water.
That's possible. The margins they operate on, but given that weather, a good solid wave, probably ice building up on it. God, it gives me the willies just to think about it. So many people don't appreciate how many lake freighters have been lost. The North Atlantic's got nothing on that place. But
it's estimated between the 5 Great Lakes, there are well in excess of 10,000 shipwrecks on the bottom.
think about that: 10,000 ships. And oh wow. So
I didn't know they built that many.
well, yeah, and more. But that brings up the question: if somebody's going to make a model that fits, what scale do we want to have? A big model, a 3-foot model, or we do want something 12, 14 inches long, or both?
I would think you'd want to have a big one because it was a big ship.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think I'd go Blue Devil 3 feet long, but I could see it as a 22, 24-inch model.
Well, like the popular scale in ships is 1/350th or 1/700th right now.
Well, if you did 1/350, you're looking at about a 26-inch long model. The ship's 728, so 1 to 350, basically cut that in half. So every 350 feet would be 1 foot, so that's a little over 2 feet. That'd be a good sized model, make a beautiful display.
That'd be a good size, yeah.
Yeah.
Berg Swain says 10,000 ships, almost as many as Blue Scott saw on D-Day.
5,000 ships, they've got some.
Yeah.
But, well, what other ship should we be making models of? Oh, by the way, how is Keeler doing on his big Titanic?
He's still got it. He's making progress, but he hasn't been feeling good lately, so he's not been on the modeling bench. And he's also preparing things for the part of the museum that they're moving the model kit museum to in, I think, Oklahoma, for the section that's his section. So he's kind of been diverted.
Well, because he got that big, 1 to 200 Academy job?
Yeah.
It's like 5 feet long or something.
It's huge.
Good God. I mean, does it come with a pair of oars so you can row it around the swimming pool?
It's Trump. He said you could probably float it in your bathtub with you in it.
Pretty close.
Trumpeter. It's a trumpeter model, not a Academy model.
I'm sorry, trumpeter.
Have you ever seen the mold for that?
Nah.
The mold is 7 feet tall when you stand it on end.
Huh. God, things got to weigh 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It was Bruce, Mr. Muller's ship's going to be doing a Titanic in the smaller scale. He's going to light it. We were talking about lighting techniques. So if any of you guys have any lighting ideas, put them in the comments here, because he's thinking about hanging the lights instead of, where they'll dangle down from the top. That'd be a nice way to put them in there so that you get nice even lighting and everything. One thing I learned about lighting is you cannot use too many of them, because you think, oh, that's too many. Then you realize that light has trouble getting out of those little portholes. Yep. And have you seen the Pierce films, The Sense of Scale, on the model they made for the Titanic? Thing
Yes.
Enormous.
Yep.
And they glued on every single rivet head. I think they were using dollops of glue to make it. And I was like, I would go freaking bonkers. They did such a magnificent job with it. And the one they made from Raise the Titanic, it's still around, although it's been gutted. I think they filmed that in Crete or somewhere. And it was like, the model was like 30 feet long. And they couldn't bring it back to Hollywood or anything. It was just too big and too heavy and too expensive. So they left it there. It's just been sitting outside of some restaurant, rotting away. Basically, it's just, I think, the hull now. And I'm like, Christ, you can put that thing, put a motor on it, make a boat out of it,
It's almost as big as this one.
Yeah. Of course, I was thinking that would be cool, get you a 30-foot boat or something and, make it into a World War II aircraft carrier at scale. So you just come into harbor, your miniature aircraft carrier or battleship.
Somebody actually did that. Made it an aircraft carrier big enough that they flew and trapped radio control airplanes on.
I saw that one. And they also, there's you can go on YouTube and see guys who build these quarter scale tanks out of foam, but with working tracks and everything that they often make out of wood.
Oh, wow.
And they actually look pretty good because they shape it all with foam.
Yeah.
And it's basically that little homemade tracked vehicle with basically a tank body shell on it. That's taking model building to an extreme.
Yeah.
But I'm like, God, you got to love the people who do that. That is just so cool. I want to make something like that so bad. Little track vehicle.
Where would you put it?
Max, one last thing, and I'll let you.
Okay.
Well, party just watch on YouTube.
Okay. Well, what's your last shot?
I did send you the link to a video where you can visit around the Great Lakes. Items from the Edmund Fitzgerald, from the lifeboats at the Sioux to the battle at Whitefish Point, and various other museums that have memorabilia from Fitzgerald. If you could, after the show, tag that on in the comments area, I'd greatly appreciate it, sir.
I could probably do it when I get home, but I'm on the laptop now, and I've got. I might be able to. We got some issues doing this way because we're on a hotspot, but I might be able to. But I'll try to. If not, I'll try to get to it after I get home tomorrow night. Well, Bill, we appreciate it, and I want to thank you for calling in.
All right, thank you for allowing me back on after my guest appearance.
You're more than welcome. Take care.
Just don't sink the ship there on the SS Ken.
Yeah. I'll stay on the boat if you keep it above the water.
That's not a problem. Although you should have seen the boat rock when he got off the side.
Please. Oh, please.
It's like,
This part of our show is brought to you by Hurricane Hobbies. Actually, it's not, but I just like to give him a promotion because Ian's a great guy and it's a great little hobby shop.
yeah, it is.
Okay, signing off, gentlemen. Have at it.
Take care.
No, Kudakilla, there's no models of the USS Pueblo. They're only available in North Korea.
I knew you were going to say that. But, there are a lot of ship models that have never been made. I mean, it's hard to find an airplane that hadn't been made or a car, but
There's a reason for that.
they don't sell that well.
Ships are the least selling category of model kits.
Yeah.
Inclination test.
Well, the scale model apprentice, you watch his last video, he's got like 4 of them. He's big into building shit. Of course, he builds everything, but he's got himself some Arleigh Burks and some sprue cans, and
Nice.
but ships are kind of a specialty thing. I would say cars. Well, the most ubiquitous thing with young people is Gundam, but people, let's say over 30, I would say the most ubiquitous thing is cars, then planes.
It's cars, planes, military, space, ships.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I would.
Scale model brings up an
Science fiction's in there somewhere, not sure where, but I'm pretty sure it's above ships.
Or science fiction's in there with space.
Okay, yeah, all right, space and sci-fi.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the moment.
For the moment. All right. Where to go?
What?
Scale models. Scale model says, and to think that model building started with ships.
Yeah, well, if you really want to, yeah, okay, I can go with that. I was going to say caveman, but he just carved it. He didn't actually make a model per se like we think of them. Yes, I do remember the 3D tank out of Canada. And
Oh, what?
the guy made himself a 3D tank, the 3D printed tank.
How big?
Big enough he could ride around in it.
3D printed?
Wow. I mean, he made 3 different parts, glued them all together. But you had to build your own transmission. I actually did not appreciate how complex a tank transmission is, because you're going to have the wheels have to be able to get everything independent.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw how the transfer cases work. And there's all kinds of YouTube videos. The one RC guy, he was using a drill for his, I think it was his transfer case, to get a, because you have to have a motor that's it's like the differential on a car. Outside wheel has to be able to turn faster than the inside wheel.
Sure.
But these have to be able to go the other way. But once you figure out how it works, you realize these kids are building these out of lawnmowers. 3-4 horsepower Briggs and Stratton. They're building their own. I mean, the thing only goes 8-10 miles an hour. It's not like they got but they're getting wheels off of tractor, like lawnmowers and stuff. making wooden tracks to go around and got a drive wheel cutting out the sprocket. It works. And it just cracks me up. There's this 14-year-old kid who built one. He mostly shapes styrofoam and fiberglass, but he's out there riding around with his head sticking out of the turret. The thing's about a quarter scale.
Belt sander racer. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen what some of these guys do with the lawnmower races?
No.
Jesus. They take freaking riding mowers, strip them down, hop them up. They're out on the ice with these things going 60 miles an hour.
Lawnmower?
Was a lawnmower when it started.
You mean what, like a riding lawnmower?
Yeah.
Okay,
They rev them up. Oh, there's one guy out there somewhere on YouTube. What did he put a pulse jet engine on one of them or something?
I saw one of those on a bicycle.
Why not? That's how Werner von Braun got started. He tried to build a rocket for his bicycle. It did not end well.
Nope.
Um,
You remember that video? You know how they like to show aviation failure videos? All these contraptions that people thought they were going to fly and they tore themselves apart or killed the owners or whatever. Well, this one guy decided, I'm going to strap rockets to my back and light them, and we're going to go skating across the ice at really super high speed. And yet, nobody thought, what happens if you stick all these flames next to your posterior? What's going to happen?
Well, a good thing it was snow. A 1 to 3 that their best-selling kit ever was the 1 to 57 Type 57 Titanic. That's interesting. A 1 to 357 scale Carrier Ruyo. Man, that's a big model. Amount of filament is staggering. Ricky Wolf, I think it was, sent me this paste or putty that he uses for filling in the seams on those kinds of things, the filament and everything. He said it works really good. I've got it buried down in my email somewhere, but I'm not planning to do any more 3D stuff for a while, but I'll keep that in mind for the future. I gave Ken his Bugatti, that blue Bugatti that I built. And,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
And but I thought about getting a resin 3D printer and learning how to use it, but then I realized I have got so much crap going on. I just don't have time to try and pick up another skill set.
It's a steep learning curve. There's a lot to know.
And it's a good machine's $2,000.
A really good one, yeah.
Well, if I was going to do it, I was going to do a really good one.
A really good big one.
Yeah.
Big
I want to be
enough.
able to make bigger stuff.
Yeah.
What I really want is a vacuum form, a big vacuum form, because man, the stuff you can do with vacuum form that is the ultimate cheat.
Yeah.
Lay out all your model parts and make as many copies as you want. Of course, you do the same thing with a resin kit. But a vacuum form is just so quick. Well, you got the parts quick. Now you got to sand everything down and fit it.
Well, it also takes you forever to make the mold, too.
Well, I would probably use stuff that's already in production. But yeah.
I was talking to Keeler the other day.
Uh-huh.
There is a company over in China. They have developed a way to take an old model kit that's unassembled and scan it and cut new molds for them.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't think that's any new technology. That's
just taking existing technologies and putting them together.
That's how somebody you and I know did a Godzilla mold.
Yeah.
He 3D scanned the original pattern.
That's how they're doing some kits that are coming out probably in the spring.
Cool. If you get somebody with a 3D scanner, they can make you a file and you can clean it up, and you can take that anybody with a good 3D printing, make just about anything. But
actually, if you know how to do it, just for grins, I asked AI ChatGPT the other day if it would make me a 3D print file of the XF12 Rainbow.
I imagine I was happy to do it.
Actually, it said no.
What?
It said no. It can't make images of protected objects. I forget the exact term for it, but it said, I'll be happy to tell you how to do it.
Huh. Interesting.
Going into Fusion 360 and putting in all the instructions to make one. That sounds like too much work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked it, can I make a chess set out of rocket pieces? Out of rockets, like the pawns be a V2, a rook would be like a Gemini, no, it'd be redstone, and the bishop could be a Gemini, and the king would be a starship.
No,
make them all
the king should be the Saturn V. The queen should be the Saturn 1B. Then you can use definitely the Gemini should be the rooks. Absolutely.
What's wrong with the king being a
Mercury's
starship?
could be the pawns.
Oh! I'm sorry. You mean Elon Starship?
Yes.
I was thinking Enterprise.
Yeah, that's a rocket.
Yeah. No, I mean I was thinking the USS Enterprise. From Star Trek.
I know what you meant.
That would be.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
is a chess
Elon
set of
Starship would be the king.
king.
Saturn V would be the queen. Then.
Right, and the V2 would be the pawns.
The V2 would be the pawns.
Right,
That is awesome idea, Ken. That is absolute genius.
and that's what ChatGPT said. Also, hey, that's an awesome idea.
Hey, it would make good bishops?
What?
4 Abels.
Or it
The
was,
long skinny one with the bulb on top. Because it kind of got the bulb on top like the bishop.
I was trying to think of historically significant rockets.
It is. It's one of the most launched rockets out there. They'll shut up hundreds of them. It was a workhorse. Well, in that case, then you could make the knight the Mercury Redstone.
Yeah, I guess. I was thinking about making the rook the redstone.
No, the rook, you want the Gemini because it's got the flat top on the nose.
Maybe.
Oh, you know what? Mercury Redstone will make a good knight. I mean, a good bishop. Mercury Redstone will make a good bishop. It's got that tall shoulder with the rocket on top.
I guess.
Like the hat. What to make the knight out of? Thor. Thor would make the knight.
I wonder if your friend would like to send some pictures to Max.
Right now, I don't have the ability. I don't think I have the ability to put any pictures up because we're doing this through YouTube. I'm not using OBS like I normally do because we couldn't get it to work. I don't think there's a way to. Can I I can't put a picture up here with that, can I?
I have no idea. We're gonna try something.
Stand by, guys. We're going to try something.
We're gonna try something technical,
And that was when the universe broke, Your Honor.
and we have no idea what's about to happen.
Share screen.
Why are you sharing the screen?
I don't think that's what I wanted to do.
No,
Choose what you want to share with YouTube. The site, select a tab to share.
I don't
window
think
entire-
this is a good idea.
Are you sure?
Because look at the screen.
Cancel. Okay.
I don't think we have the bandwidth for that.
Edit. Nope. I'll leave that alone. Oh, well, there I can put that thing in that he sent me, though.
Maybe.
All right. You keep chatting. I'm going to see if I can find it and put it
Not
in
the
there.
red button.
Let's see.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous. What are you doing?
Mail at Yahoo. I'm going to go check my email and see if he's got the. Okay, here it is. By the way, did you guys see Airfix is making those gigantic BF 109s?
What scale?
124.
Really?
Uh-huh. Okay. Bill said he sent it to me, right? Okay. I'm not seeing it.
No, it's
Provider.
not there.
Yeah, if I texted it, then I'll have to send it to get it at another
Do
time.
this another time. People aren't interested in.
Yeah, watching me. Okay, so anyway,
Screwing up your computer.
yeah, photo etch brass is a nightmare, but man, it can make some really nice looking stuff. I was reading somewhere that fine scale modelers are no longer available in Canada. heard that. One thing really with the older kids was One Piece. Yeah, you know, photo etch. I have a very mixed attitude. Photo etch was really nice when you had something that didn't have a lot of detail, but a lot of the pressings that are coming out, like that Jupiter, the clear acrylic part that came with it for like all the instruments and everything was actually very nice. Problem was it had to be hand painted. It was much easier just to put the photo etch over it and lay the decal over that, and it already had the holes cut in it. So I was like, yeah, that was nice, and you could actually see it. That freaking decal hadn't disintegrated on me. But if it's something you're going to see, but I put photo etch in models, put the model together. Like on the Arizona, you can see it because it's all on the outside. And if you put it down properly, it looks way better than the plastic. Okay. But a lot of models, like you put all this photo etch in there, you built like that. It was a Horton built. You put all the photo etch in there and you put it in. I can't see any of it.
But you know it's there.
Eh.
You know it's there. What's this button that you build in the computer for the Jupiter 2?
One of the things that Mr. Kimball sent me with that Jupiter 2 was a photo etch and decal set. You know those big 1960 styles computers, all the big lights on them that are just like in the background in all the movies?
That worked on them.
Yeah, well, that's a standalone kit.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm going to use that for something. I don't know what. I'll make some diorama or something, but it's like, it's really very pretty though,
Why didn't you put it in the ship?
because it wasn't part of the ship. It wasn't something that would have been accurate to the model. I think it was made for going if you could build the downstairs, which I wasn't. So, but it's still cool. And the only thing that I gave brief consideration to and realized that was getting way too in there was on the Jupiter 2, you have those 3 square boxes on top of the flight station that have all the blinking white lights.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be computers. I considered, and I think it's the reason Kimball made that thing with the flashlight, drilling those out and putting LEDs in there. And then I looked at how much work it would go into. I'd have to make a working circuit board and everything that would flash and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you're never going to see it because it faces away. Yeah. And then what have you got? Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. It's blinky, and like.
But it's something you did.
It's just that model, that level of work to make it, and it would be a really hard thing to make look good because it's so many tiny holes that have to be just perfectly level.
Yeah.
Now, had that face piece come with a pre-cut photo etch part, that would have been the perfect application because you could have painted everything black, then just run the wires, the little fiber optics, white glued them into those holes. When they dried, snip them off, put them on a flashy light, and then you would have had, and that would have been awesome. But and I'm thinking about doing something like that to this other one because I can make it whatever I want it to be, So, and I might have to get some more of those circuit boards, or But at this time, I think I'll buy ones that are pre-made. Although I've been doing a lot of soldering, I did not destroy on that big circuit board for the Jupiter 2.
Yeah.
I did not destroy a single item.
Well, you figured out how to do it.
And
Good.
I also bought a decent soldering iron with adjustable power and everything. And this didn't burn anything up in a circuit board. But I still got the other 2 soldering irons or whatever. But
2.
Hey, Salvage. But the I remember I had one, then I bought another, and then I got the nice one, so I got 3 in total. But the third one's all adjustable, and it's. And Ian was helping me out practicing and everything. He was showing me some stuff, and that's one of the things I love about the guys at Hurricane Hobbies. They will take time out, show you how stuff works, help you with things like that. RC Wolf is always helping me with their RC cars and stuff.
Sure.
And
I've seen them.
They're a good bunch of guys.
They are.
And I feel so lucky, not only to have the hobby shop, but also place. I mean, I don't go there all the time, and I wouldn't say I hang out there, but you're welcome to hang out there if you want to. They don't chase you off or anything. Even me. That's saying something. But
you got to stop hitting the table. See,
I need another water.
Craig said the video is getting blurry.
Sorry, that's me fat fingering the table.
Yeah, he keeps hitting the table. It's his fault.
It says been blurry for the last hour and a half. Actually, that might just be the bandwidth thing.
It's probably the bandwidth. Yeah, there's delay, and since we're going through my phone, it only has some. You can only cram so many bits through that thing. Sorry. Next time we'll get Starlink. All right.
DVD is
You read the comments. I'm going to get you something to drink.
Thank you. And now you're bumping the table.
Oh, sorry.
He's got to go all the way around. Well, I could just get out and let you.
No. That's not a good idea.
Okay. Ugh. Oh, hands off the damn table.
Yes, don't touch the table.
That's. I just read some of the comments. So, Steve, what else do we have?
Well, there seem to be a lot of interest about what's going on over in England with Sarah Jane and the Telford show. Oh, Monica says next time we do it from home.
Do what from home? We do what from home? The show?
A live stream, I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, we definitely had some issues because I didn't realize we weren't using Wi-Fi. And I am not joking, guys. I got this thing operating about 30 seconds before 7 p.m. It is nothing short of a miracle that we got it live stream it all tonight.
It is. I had to walk my wife out to the car, and when I left, he was cursing furiously at the computer, and I thought, this is not probably going to go.
There's still, you might call this Blue Lagoon.
Yeah, so.
There's still a black cloud of profanities hovering over the lake to this day.
Yes.
My father could web a tapestry of profanities. He used it like other men use, music and art.
You know what Ralphie said? What? He said, what? Where do you think he heard that? Probably from his father.
But I lied and said it was so somewhere in our town an innocent kid was being beaten.
It was Schwartz. I heard Schwartz said it.
Oh my God, that movie was just. So
Did you go to the house when you went to Cleveland?
Absolutely. Took the tour, almost bought one of the legs. They got them in like 4 different sizes.
You put that up in the house.
Oh man, it finally had his eureka.
Request
I found that ivory had a more savory flavor.
Request that you start planning for another boat show, except next time you build a boat.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can't. I'll go pick something I can build on the next live stream.
A snap together. They make snap together boats. Steve?
You know what? They make snap together everything. I could do it with. If I'm at the house, I could do it with glue. I use a quick drying glue and brush paint it. I could do it.
What do you think, Steve? Do they have snap together boat kits?
I've never really seen one.
Well, the thing is, we've all noticed when I did the Volkswagen Vanagon that snap together does not mean it's going to be any less of a disaster. It's a disaster together.
When they first came out with snap kits, like in the 70s, we used to call them fall aparts.
Mm-hmm.
Fall aparts.
Because you put them together and they fall apart. They just didn't stay together.
The snap tight kits. It's funny. I've actually built a few regular kits that fit so tight, I almost didn't need any glue on them. And I was like, guys, take notes. This is how you build a snap tight, And I built snap tight kits, including some Gundams that you had to use glue on. And and Steve, I forget what was that bunch of models they called snap tights that were so terrible that it was like they took a regular model and made almost no improvement to it and called it a snap tight. I forget what it was, but there's actually been a few of them.
But they were usually pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until like the last 10 years or so that they really made them, that they did just snap together and stay together.
But God, I can't remember the worst snap tie I ever had because I had some Lulus, and some of them they break. You know, when you try to put them together because they under-engineered it. You know, you used to try to push the snap and won't go into place when it does snap. Oh, it snapped. It snapped off.
Actually, I don't think I've ever built a snap kit.
Didn't you have? Yeah, well, you ain't missing anything.
It's okay, you don't want to, Ken.
Okay, I won't.
They make Tom Daniel was told to design some snap tight kits, which by the way Atlanta still makes the 3-wheeler
Yeah.
and they're like
Yeah, the little
and like
and
like
the
you say,
chopper.
yeah, they're like fall aparts. They fall off the table, bam, they completely return to kit form. And I don't think he was ever too thrilled by those.
John Potts says the Polar Lights Snap USS Enterprise Space Seed wouldn't stay together with cement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have had a couple of kits like that I actually found it was easier to cut all the attach point crap off and just line them up manually with glue.
Salvage says Max is whacked already.
Whacked? What do you mean whacked? I'm not whacked. Wacky maybe.
No cough syrup for him tonight.
Just the agua.
Just straight water.
And well, I would say I had a beer at lunch, but I don't want my wife to know. So.
Now's not a good time to be saying that. She's probably still listening.
That was the joke, Ken.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah,
Meow.
go back to your cough syrup.
I thought about bringing a 6-pack, but then I remembered I got to drive after this.
Monica. Too bad it's still here.
I knew you were. I was just checking to make sure you were watching. And, but
Academy makes a cheap 1/350th Cuddy Start kit.
God, that'd be huge.
About $13 Canadian. No, that must be a real high level of detail.
Oh, wait a minute. One through no, that's about that big. Okay.
Ken's hair
Hair's still moving. You get seasick just watching it.
No, it's kind of sticking out.
We should both do this. We got to do the same thing. But
I gotta get sick here.
okay, to the right and
Right.
to my right.
Oh.
This is your nautical right. To starboard, to starboard,
Starboard's in that
and
direction.
port.
Yes. Okay, now we go
and
back-
starboard and port.
We are way overdoing this.
Yeah, we had to put the right music. Dun, 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 dun,
Too
dun.
much. It doesn't. The real boat doesn't even do that. Although coming back from I think it was our third trip out on the ocean. We're coming back into the inlet, and it was rocking around pretty good. We had an opposing tide, and there was one point where the boat, to keep the boat straight, I turned it, and the boat heeled over about 40 degrees, something like that. And I heard this big crash from downstairs, and my wife went downstairs and she said, "The microwave jumped out of its cubby hole and committed suicide."
What jumped out?
The microwave. It came out. Yeah, that one right there behind me, right where my finger is, that microwave right there.
When we
It was
would
hanging
take
by its cord.
every single takeoff, we take off, the throttle goes up, the plane lurches forward, and you hear all the galley cards take up the slack. And occasionally you hear, smash! Like, yep, didn't luck one of them. If you ever wonder why they have so many latches on them. And sounds like the cookies, made it slide for life.
Trying to get out of there.
But
Okay, I know I'm about 10 minutes late, but they're
24 sheets of photo etch from Musashi. Oh God, yeah, I understand, Gavin. That's we were talking about you earlier. Too bad you missed it. So Happy's dinner time here on the West Coast. Good night, Happy. And summer of '87 for pilot training. I went to blue fishing in the coast, New Jersey, with friends. Yeah, it got ugly. I went blue fishing on the Chesapeake a couple of times with Bill Hall, and had pretty good luck too.
Thanks for hosting. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Our pleasure, Hoppy. Glad you were here. Got to come and join us for a while.
I'm glad I finally got him out here.
My boy's son is still stuck in the van, but due to moves. Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
This is only the second time he's actually been on the boat.
Yeah.
The first time you came out one time before on the dinghy, remember?
Yeah. But wasn't on it one time before that, or that was my first time on it.
Yeah.
I guess that was my only time on it. That's right.
This is only the second time.
I actually got some photos from the shore of you sailing back because I'm not taking a damn dinghy back. Me and a dinghy, it looks like a dinky dinghy. Dinky dinghy.
Yeah.
Ken has a dinghy.
An 11-foot one.
Photo etch in the Akagi is insane. Yeah. I built the little Fujimi Japanese aircraft carrier. It didn't have photo etch, but it had so many tiny parts and just a ludicrous amount of detail for a ship that small. But excellent decals. But when I was done, my God, it looked good. I was like, wow.
When the ship is rolling, the nest deck lives up to its name.
You want to see something well, I already mentioned that. Comical is me getting in and out of this thing. I mean,
he's so graceful.
I am the epitome of grace, said no one ever.
Oh, Brian wants a boat tour around the cabin and upper deck.
I don't see why not.
Well, the upper deck it's really dark out there and there's no lights out there, so you wouldn't be able to see things. But we could definitely give you a tour of the boat if you're interested.
You want me to carry the computer so you can point things out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Boat tour time.
Boat tour. Whether you want to or not.
Oh, a 3-hour tour.
Now, you got to remember not to rock the thing around.
Unplug the power.
Don't rock it around much because it'll blur quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll start with the back of the boat first.
Okay, we're off to the engine room. Where's Debbie? She went home? Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. Up a little higher. Down just a smidge. A smidge. That's 2 smidges. One more up. A little more up. Okay, close enough. Okay. This is the galley area right here. This is where my wife does some amazing things. And here's the refrigerator, the top load portion of it. It also has a front door, which is really great on a boat. This is the oven over here. It's got a 3-burner gas stove in it and oven. This is the 3rd iteration of the microwave.
This one has had counseling. It is not, suicidal. So
yeah, the first 2 just came right out. Actually, it put a big dent down here in the step when it decided to kill itself. Okay, back here is we have an aft cabin back here. Can't really see it right now very well because it's all tore up, but it has a full queen size bed.
Boy, you get up early in the morning real quick, you're going to bang your head right on that thing.
The little night lights back here, which is really cool. In here is the aft cabin air conditioner. Runs off the batteries. It's over here. Okay. The engine sits right here between this bulkhead underneath the steps. Sorry, guys.
We have engine. Dun, 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 dun.
That's where the engine lives.
Where did I put the phone? I think Steve. Oh, it's right here. Never mind.
Here is the red light room that Max likes to occupy. This is the head. It has an electric head, which a lot of boats don't. They have a pump. It also has, you can't see it, but go up. Behind this door right here is a full shower, full stand-up
Which is
shower.
rare on a boat this size.
Rare in a boat this size. That is true.
It's a 38 footer.
38. Yep. Catalina is one of the few boats that has a stand-up shower in a boat this size. Okay, we're gonna go a little further forward. Hold it up a little bit higher. Turn it over this way. This is the nav station and all the breakers and circuit breakers that control the boat. These are 2 computer monitors that I'm going to be using for working. Over there's radios, electronics, and circuitry for the air conditioners. This is the settee. Underneath here is the holding tank. Over here, this is where we were just sitting. There's a water tank underneath there. There's a big air conditioner, which is keeping.
Which is why we're nice and comfortable. They should.
They're all over the place.
Boats have lots of crannies and nooks.
Lots and lots of those. This, hold it up. Like that. And this is the forward compartment. This is the V berth. We have a full locker over here. In here is the water maker, and the control panel for that is down here at my feet. So we can make our own water. We don't have to go to shore to get it. I'm planning on putting a washing machine in over here, so my wife and I don't have to go hunting for places to get the clothes washed. And then up in here, this is at the moment is mostly storage for parts, beanbag chair, and there's another water tank underneath there.
You want to try and go up on deck, or do you think we'll be able to see anything?
Nobody's going to see anything up there. Just put it back down. Hopefully they saw some of that. And the batteries are currently at 76%. I'm going to turn the battery charger on.
All right.
Water heater off.
Not a lot of room to maneuver. Alarm battle station service, battle station surface. Kooks and a crane. Not nooks and crannies.
Oh, I don't even. And the TV.
Hang on, I'm going to turn the phone around. I'm going to turn the computer
We're going
around.
to show the TV.
He has TV.
I have TV. That's my TV. It's what I watch the live streams on when I'm on the boat. Any interesting comments? Ooga, ooga.
Ooga, ooga. Dive. No, we don't dive in this.
That boat's a lot like my RV. My parents
Is that where the mast is mounted?
sold, only it floats. Yes, this is where this is the compression post for the mast. It's what's called deck stepped. The mast is right above that, and this goes all the way down to the keel, which is underneath Max.
Wow, that sounded awfully judgy.
That's the oil for the generator, and I just have to put it away. It just happens to be sitting there.
Well, okay.
Any boat can be a submarine once. So the old joke is this: any ship can be a minesweeper once.
The name of the boat?
Scale Model Apprentice wants to know what the group build schedule is.
Okay.
Before it gets to that, though, Garfield asking, "What's the name of the boat?" The name of the boat is Deep Thought, and I always thought it'd be really cool to have a boat named.
You know,
Deep
I'm going to
Thought.
sneak in when I put an R after the H.
Yeah, you're not the first one to come up with that.
Oh man, I thought I was being
You're
original.
jiggling the table.
Oh, sorry.
And the reason I thought it'd be really cool is that way, if somebody ever calls my wife and say, "Hey, where's Ken?" She can say he's.
in deep thought.
Isn't that clever?
Then mine would probably be pizza.
Eating pizza?
No, mine would be trouble. He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
How about stay afloat?
That's a big toilet roll. That's the paper towels. That's not a toilet roll.
When he gets out of line, his wife hits him with that, and it's called mutiny with the bounty.
Oh, that's bad.
Deep trouble.
Deep trouble. Yeah. It's also the name of the computer in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I thought was very ironic.
47.
42.
42. It's the answer to the universe.
And life, the answer to the meaning of universe, life, and everything.
42.
42.
And
And if you want to know what that means, you got to build an even bigger computer.
yeah. I wonder if you ask AI what's the meaning of life, it would spit out 42.
It might. And what's the name of the dinghy? The dinghy has a name too. I'm trying to remember what it was. The name of the dinghy is Don't Panic.
Sounds like a good name for a lifeboat.
Well, if the boat ever starts sinking, that's what it becomes. But I also have a life raft on board as well. It's actually right above.
Don't look at me when you say that.
It's,
I ain't nobody's life raft.
It's right above where you're sitting.
It gets a little crowded up on deck though because you got all the rigging, the stays, and the cockpit. He does have a fold down table, but it's still there's just not a whole lot of room. We were going to actually have dinner out there, but the bugs showed up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we would have been dinner while we were having dinner. So
Do tell.
that would have been a good idea. What we got here? Friend's boat is called This Way Up. One life raft? Yes, it's a 4-person life raft. Canoe with a banjo painted on its side.
That sounds like my old neighborhood.
And what is it? I can't read that word.
And the lady befigured it all out, just the Volga.
The Vulcans blew the place to itsy bitsy. Yes, the Earth was the computer that was just about to give the answers to what the meaning of life and universe and everything 42 meant. And the Vogons blew it up to put an interstellar highway in.
Yeah. Send her away. I love its description of Earth. Mostly harmless.
Well, it was harmless, and then it went to mostly harmless.
JM said, it's all fun and games till you hear banjo.
I think it was JM sent me a funny little cartoon. Shows these aliens looking at Earth, and it says, last month they lobotomized a pumpkin. This month they're sodomizing turkeys with bread. These people are seriously messed up.
Garfield says, what's the life raft called? Get sunk?
I'd call it last chance. But
Sorry, my big fingers are typing on tiny keypads. Surely
a bypass. Yeah.
Was it a bypass? I thought it was a highway. It could have been a bypass.
And don't call me Shirley.
Okay.
So what's the next group build schedule?
Okay, start.
I have put it up on a video just recently. I don't have it here to give to you, but the Western build I think is due at the end of November. Anything Old West, Wild West, anything Western, and it can be modern. Jeeps, cowboy pickups, just anything that exudes the West. Got a few submissions, but I mean it can also be that time period, Civil War, anything like that. Then I actually just remodified it recently, but I'll have to post it again. Like I say, it's on my home computer. But I think I'm going to add a Navy jet build in there at some point and some other stuff. But remember, build what you want, and it always make a viewer's build. But I think I'm going to see if we can't get about one group build every 2 months. And hopefully I'll be done with the stagecoach here in a week or so. It's since I built it before, it was a little bit easier second time around. I got a lot of stuff pre-painted. The coach itself goes together pretty easy. It's when you start getting into the chassis and the rigging with the horses, that's where it gets complicated. Now, I'm probably not going to put the horses on this one because it's 2.5 feet long when you do. And where are you going to put it? But I can put the coach someplace, maybe with the tongue on it, maybe not.
It's gonna look kind of silly. Are you gonna put the figures on it too?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do it like it's like down, like between trips.
Okay.
Make a little base for it with a little dirt diorama. Maybe have I'm painting it red. I'm gonna put all the beautiful decals on it and get it all spruced. But I'm not gonna put the luggage. I just want the coach itself. And I'll tell you something. If you guys have never ridden in one of those old coaches, I recommend you do it one time just to realize how tough our ancestors were, because it is not a pleasant ride.
No. Okay. Nathan wants to know how the water maker makes water. It does it through a process called reverse osmosis by pressurizing the water up to, I think it's about 800 psi. It forces it through a very, very small screen where only the the holes in the screen are only big enough for water molecules to go through, not the salt molecules because they're bigger. And the osmosis process wants to go the other way, so it needs the high pressure to overcome that propensity for salt want to do that. So that's why they call it a reverse osmosis, and it just collects the water out the other side.
Basically, it's a real tight strainer.
Very, very, yep, very, very tight. At the moment, it's not in working order because I don't need it right now because I got a hose outside. What?
No, I was just thinking, I don't need it. I got a hose outside. That may be the most American thing I've heard today. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, a desalination membrane. That's exactly what it is.
Desalinization.
Yes, it takes a lot of electricity though, so usually you have to run it when the engine's running to be able to generate enough electricity to run it. But
yeah, he can make water while he's underway, so he's not dependent for stops.
Exactly.
Technically speaking, as long as you got fishing gear and can catch something,
The ultimate survival tool.
make your own water, catch your own food, use some of the food to bait to catch more food, powered by the sun, and I mean by the wind.
By the wind, by the sun, charges the batteries.
As long as the zombies don't learn to swim, we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah. Yep. Beats the heck out of living in a bunker.
Mm.
No pressure, huh? Yeah, no pressure. Like Max and Ken
Getting into a bar.
getting into a bar. Ken gets in. Just need to stave off scurvy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll need fruits and vegetables.
Oh, you can bring supplemental vitamins, stuff like that.
Well, anything, but that's a finite supply. I wonder if there's a way to get vitamin C out of the ocean. Huh?
And enough frozen burritos. Yeah.
Did you hear the guy who invented the frozen burritos? A sign of my age, I watched that Legacy.com who passed away this week because all the celebrities. One of the people that died last week was the inventor of the frozen burrito. I kid you not. Go watch the last episode of Legacy.com. And
Yeah, it's not actually a water machine. Yes, you are correct. It's a desalination machine. But we just call it a water maker. Because saying desalination just doesn't sound
desalinization. Desalinization.
just removing the salt from the seawater. So simply removing the salt. Yeah, it's just simply, and everything else too. It's the purest water you can get. There's no contaminants in it at all.
Yeah, Kuda Kill is right. In a zombie apocalypse, the living may be more dangerous than the dead.
Sounds like Waterworld. Yeah. Until you run aground at Gilligan's Island. Yeah, you got to watch out for that place. Fortunately, we know where it's at. Yeah. So yeah, that's why back in 2019, prices of boats went through the roof because everybody wanted to buy a boat to get away from the COVID and the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boat prices went crazy.
Oh, let me get away from the lockdown. I'm going to go isolate myself on a boat.
Yeah, a lot of people did because they didn't want to be stuck inside.
It's like going from general population to solitary.
Yeah, it's a gen pop to solitary, baby.
Except there's quite a few other people out there on boats too.
Scottish water, best we can get. Whiskey.
Thanks, Frank.
Rainwater and grain alcohol, man, Drake. Well, it's just about 9 o'clock. So,
or if a hurricane happened to hit and the boat survived it, and there was widespread power outages, I could just come to the boat. I'd be very comfortable here.
well, you got to burn fuel though.
Yeah, but
Skier model wants to know what's on the bench after the stagecoach, Max.
I have 14 models stacked up that are my short build list. The old Aurora HC1B CH-47 Chinook that Jim gave me an extra fuselage for. I want to do something with that. I also want to do the Lost in Space pod. And I think the next thing's probably going to be the Star Trek shuttlecraft. I have 2 of them. And I said I want to do one as a movie set and the other as a working Star Trek shuttle. And which would actually be 3 layouts because you'd have one that's just made as a Star Trek shuttle, right? Like from the show, like a working shuttle. Then you'd have one that, because that has a separate inside and outside. It's a shell with all the stuff in a slide with slide-in walls.
Yeah.
So you can actually make the interior a separate from the exterior. So I'll actually have 2 exterior shuttles. One will have all the details. So I want it to be closed up like like it's in space. So, and then I'll have the other one set up as the set from the TV from the studio. And by the way, I didn't realize that the inside, it's like the TARDIS, the set that they made for the actors for the interior actually has a taller roof than the actual shell that they made for the exterior shots. If you ever notice, always hunch down when they come out. But they can stand up inside. So probably those and the space pod from Lost in Space. And those will probably be I'm guessing those will be my next builds or something else taken either way. I also want to build one of those bagged Revell S kits that Mr. Van Osh sent me. I'm not going to build the ones that are in the boxes because they're complete, but I got a couple of bagged ones. I'll probably do the Stoof, put it in the Tom Daniels Old Navy colors, the gray over white. And I think I'd like to build, if there's a Panther in one of them, I might build that because that'd look good on my Navy shelf. I do love like the Revell S kits because they look good when they're done, but they're relatively simple, straightforward kits. There's, not a ton of detail to them, which you just don't need when it's sitting on the shelf.
what's Real Space?
Real Space is like Apollo, Gemini stuff that really exists.
Oh, okay.
I got a couple of satellites I'd like to do, but I just, again, just so much time. And the nice thing about building model satellites is they're the perfect thing to hang from the ceiling.
Yeah, there you go. Well, look at that. It is 9:01.
9:01.
How'd that happen?
Real Space build would be a nice idea, though. All right, Trey. Well, guys, unlike most of them, when I shut this one off, it's just going to end. There won't be any outro or anything. So, Steve, I'll let you say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming on this very informative field trip live stream. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Jen?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. Glad you put up with this terrible picture that we've got. But gotta admit, it was kind of entertaining. At least it was for me anyway. Thanks for showing up.
Finally got to show off your butt. I know you've been dying to do that. Line is pride and joy.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, provide nothing unforeseen. I'll see everybody next week, probably from the regular place. We're trying to line up a few guests if we can make it happen. And that's it. Guys, take care of yourselves. And as always, model on. Hit the button,
Where's
Max.
the button? Yeah, turn it off.